Yeah.
which I'm finding, which I'm finding out, and a lot of other people, because a lot of stuff is happening in the skies, and y'all could do y'all research on that. So,
No, like, okay, so I also believe that, like the movies and, cartoons and stuff, there's hidden truths in all of that
oh
because
yeah, very much so.
if there wasn't hidden truth in some of that, then it wouldn't be as good as it is. Like one of my favorite movies is Law Abiding Citizen. And with the way that the government does certain stuff, like we're literally seeing that now. And then also another one, good example is the old Terminator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Like,
with AI and some, yeah.
don't we have AI now and the little robots walking around like, "Oh my gosh, like, we're gonna be Terminator soon," or like, iRobot or something.
Yeah, yeah, with like, Skynet and all of that stuff like that. So yeah,
Yes.
and that's interesting because a lot of the stuff, we saw back in the day as science fiction, a lot of that stuff is happening now, like
Mhm.
right before our eyes. So it's like a lot of those, it's like they were in a sense preparing us for, the Matrix and all of that stuff. They were preparing us for, what we're seeing now. Now the people who folks would say, oh, that's the tinfoil hat people. They're just, they're just out of their minds. Now those people aren't seeming so out of their minds because a lot of this stuff is, like people are just, like I said, people are seeing and experiencing this stuff all over the world. It's like, where are the Ghostbusters when you really and truly need them? Like
Right.
if you saw that movie, so yeah, so
Love
it's
Ghostbusters.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff it's a lot of stuff that's happening, and it's a lot of stuff that's about to happen, and it's a lot of stuff that's, just going to continue to happen.
And, the thing is, I think there's a trick to it that, like, the higher ups, you know, they think that we're, like, stupid, so they put it in our face so that we won't believe it because it's like, "Oh, it's just a movie, it's not real," you know? And I feel like when the higher up people put things in our face, it's usually from like a cartoon show or a movie or a, you know, documentary or something like that.
Hmm.
But they don't think that we're going to take it serious because most people are still stuck in the matrix and they're not picking up on the in particular cues, you know?
Right.
And they believe that most of us are not going to believe it because, hey, that sounds like this movie. Or it's like, I keep seeing the TikToks on like, The Simpsons already predicted this. And then they
Right, right,
show
right,
like
right.
the
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah, that. Yeah.
those are hilarious, but those are like the hidden little things. And I'm not saying that that is like spot on, like, believe it when you see it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that keep it in mind because it's going to come back up at some point.
Hmm.
We just don't know when because, COVID was literally Resident Evil, but it just got contained instead of like, oh, it's an outbreak and now the world is like zombie land and stuff.
Right. I remember doing like COVID, people talking about like they were like zombies and stuff, out there, people out there who were kind of like walking around like zombies and stuff. I remember those stories. And then once the COVID ended, though, those stories just kind of disappeared.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I never heard the zombie stories, but I did hear that like the government is low key trying to, like, kill off people because they feel like there's too many people, so they put COVID into society to get rid of, like, people that they, you know, felt like, there's too many people in this area and all this and that, and I was hearing those type of stories, but I don't know because, like, they did make it mandatory, and then there was people complaining about wearing the mask and all this and that, so I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna start journaling again. I'm gonna journal during this time," and I got, like, a whole 2 journals of, like, what's going on and,
Mhm.
date stamped and all that stuff because, like, if I don't write it down, I don't believe anybody, like, probably 5 generations from now would believe that stuff.